everyone. This is another edition of the Dolphin Dive, exclusive to our multimedia marketing partnership with LeMoyne College through WakeUpCall with Dan Tortora and Dan Tortora Broadcast Media. No stranger to the broadcast, Callum Donnelly, the head coach of the LeMoyne Dolphins men's soccer team, celebrating your first victory. It was right there. We could feel it coming through. And now we got that 3-2 victory on the road, so congratulations first and foremost.
Thank you very much. Well, it's a good feeling to go into the week with a win, so much better than a loss or a draw.
What can you say about the work to get to that point, to get to that victory? Because it's not just one game where you got the win. This team has been steadily moving toward it. So just go into that journey a bit there and how you got there.
Yeah, I mean, it's been a long journey since pre-season. We've just been trying to reiterate to the guys just to continue improving every single day, and the boys have taken that on board. And it's been, as I said, it's been a long time coming for the win. We've been working extremely hard. I felt we've been slightly unlucky in some games, but again, we just reiterate with the guys, if we continue to work hard, things will fall our way, and I felt that happened on Sunday with a big conference win.
And getting that conference win, not only, so there's a lot of history. First ever win as a Division I program, first ever win in the Northeast Conference, first ever road win in the Northeast Conference up against a Central Connecticut State, first ever road win as a D1 program, and your first win as a head coach. Few things happen.
The most important is the first four things. I'm not worried about my win as a head coach. I worry about the guys getting off to the start, and as I said, it's been a long time coming. I'm just so happy for the guys. I'm so proud of them for continuing to work hard and believing in themselves as a group. And again, it's just a great feeling to go off with a win, but it's just a win. We have to move forward. We have to look forward to Fairleigh Dickinson and take the win in that game and have the confidence to go and get another one.
What did you take away from the non-conference play and the level of competition that you had, and what that maybe has done to get you prepared for the NEC?
Yeah, I think, as I said, I think every single game's been really difficult. We've had loads of good opposition. We started with Penn State. It was a really difficult task, but I think I don't regret playing them in the first game, because I think it's given us so much understanding of the level and what we're going to come up against. There's so many good teams at Division I. I feel we haven't had one easy game yet, and I don't think we're ever going to get an easy game at this level. So, but it's been good. As I said, it's helped us prepare for this moment where we maybe didn't get the win we wanted to against Stonehill. We drew the game, but we didn't lose it. And then going into Central Connecticut State, we knew it was a big game for us to go and try and put on a performance. And I felt we did that in pieces. I think we can still improve in a lot of aspects of the game, but I was really happy to get the 3 points.
So, looking at, like you said, getting those 3 points in conference, how important that is. A draw will give you 1, a win will give you 3. When you look at the NEC and you look at how many teams advance from the teams that are there within the conference, just what you could say about how you kind of focus and attack. I know you, as a coach, you want to win every single game, but understanding the point system and the tactical presence that you can have now in the NEC, knowing that the postseason is a possibility, just how you kind of look at all of that.
Yeah, I think, as I said, all I look at is really one game at a time, and can we go in and get a result out of that game is the most important thing. And obviously there's all the teams are really competitive, and I was talking to the Central Connecticut State coaches, like every league game is like, it's like the last game of the season. It's a real big battle, it's intense, so it's just about preparing for those games and making sure the guys know what we're going into every single match that we do, and executing the game plan as best as we can, and hopefully if we do that, we'll pick up some results along the way.
And when you have where you kind of are at this point in the season, what have been your happiest moments or your proudest moments of the student athletes out there on the field?
Look, I think obviously to get our first win was a big moment. Me and the assistants were talking in the office is we've deserved more happy moments in the season just through our work, and listen, it's such a low-scoring sport as soccer. It happens where you maybe don't receive as many highs in the season as you do lows or learning points. So it's just about enjoying those moments, not overly enjoying it. But as I said, we have to take credit for the work we put in, and I'm really happy for the guys that they got to earn that win, because as I said, they've been working so hard. So those are the moments, and maybe just stepping out at Penn State, knowing how much work the guys put into it, how they were fighting for each other all the way at the very end, even though we lost 4-0, it was just the work rate continually right from minute 1 to 90. Those are just proud moments as a coach that maybe the guys don't understand, but we as staff really appreciate it whenever we're working so hard for each other.
And all those little things that you're working on in practice, when a win doesn't come through or maybe it ends in a draw, are you able to go back to that film and see these are the things we worked on in practice, this is what we told the guys to do, and we're watching these pieces come to fruition where it may not show up in the win-loss column on the win side, but we're seeing little things, be it footwork, be it positioning, be it, you know, how you're going to handle a cross or whatever it may be. Are you seeing some of the things that you're trying to teach come through that eventually, you know, in the long run are going to pay off?
Yeah, and I think like the message we're sending to the guys every single day is or after a game is, I'll look at myself first. You know, that I think that's really important. Like if maybe I've something's gone wrong in the game, I look at myself first before anyone else, and I think the whole group collectively has to have that attitude rather than pointing fingers, because I think if you look at yourself first, you can try to open up things that maybe you should have worked on, maybe you should have got better at, and then it's a collective unit from after that. So I think it's been those moments just to try and keep the guys focused on one game at a time. And listen, we're not always going to get things perfect. The guys are not always going to get things perfect. But I think as long as we're trying to implement the things that we're doing in training, then we'll give ourselves the best chance of getting a result.
Offensive style so far this season, what do you like about your scheming and maybe some things that you've seen the team do?
I think I've been happy the last 4 or 5 games that we've created a good number of chances. We've actually been scoring a fair number of goals as well. I like to see us collectively as a unit defend better and make sure we're trying to aim for some clean sheets. So while they've been high scoring games, I've been happy with our output. I've also been disappointed with some of the goals that we've lost, and I think that's an area we can get better at, we can improve. But as I said, I think the progress from minute 1 in pre-season to now is, especially attack-wise, we've been looking a lot more threatening, and long may it continue whilst also being a bit more secure at the back.
This season for you, taking over and having the interim tag, but being this team's head coach, what have you learned about yourself? How have you grown? How have you advanced your abilities, knowing that you're the leader at a time that'll never happen twice, which is the first season in Division 1?
I think it's on me first to make sure I'm always being positive for the guys, make sure that, listen, if we obviously defeats and draws will upset me, but as I said, I've got to look at myself first, see where I can learn. It's been such a big learning curve for me as a coach and just as a person as well. But I wouldn't change it for the world. All the low times that we've had as a unit, they'll only make us stronger if we continue to have that, one training session, one game at a time mentality is really important for me. And it's the same with my job. I don't look too far in the future. I try and give everything I can on a daily basis and help the guys out. That's my main focus. I don't really look too much on myself for that.
What's been fun?
Yeah, it's been fun, but as any coach will tell you, it's stressful as well, because you're trying to make sure there's so many unknowns coming at the job, but it's been great. I wouldn't change it for the world. I love the sport. I love what the boys give me every single day, and I wouldn't change that for anything.
Final note here from the LeMoyne Dolphins men's soccer head coach Callum Donnelly in this edition of Dolphin Dive on Wake Up Call with Dan Tortora. People go through adversity all the time. You go through it on the field, you go through it in practice. Sometimes we go through it just sitting in the house trying to talk through things. What would be your advice to somebody going through adversity, be it on a soccer field, in an office, or anywhere? What would you say to someone going through adversity?
I think you can learn from any bad situation. Any tough time that you go through, you can learn from it. You can help yourself improve in any walk of life, whether it's through sports, whether it's through you work in a bank, any type of job. You're having bad days, you can learn from it and improve on, and learn what you maybe shouldn't do, learn what you should do. So I think there's so many tough times that I look back on in my life that at the time when you're going through it, you're maybe thinking, why aren't things changing? Well, if you continue to persevere and do the right things won't take a turn, and and then you'll get the right rewards towards the end of it.
Callum Donnelly here on Wake Up Call with Dan Tortora. As always, we appreciate you watching and listening to all of our content with the LeMoyne Dolphins and our exclusive multimedia marketing partnership. Hopefully, between the two of us, you could understand my accent today. Thanks, Callum.
Thanks, Dan. Appreciate it.